I've spent 15 years making other people's dreams come true, but today I'm going to destroy one. My sister just walked into my office, flashing that $1 million smile that's always gotten her everything she wants, including my fiancé. Laurel, I need your help, Sarah says, perching herself on the edge of my desk like she owns it. I want you to plan my wedding. My wedding, the one I spent months designing before she stole Jason from me. The irony would be funny if it didn't make me want to scream. I keep my face neutral, the way I've learned to do when difficult clients make impossible demands. You want me to plan your wedding to my ex-fiancé? Who better? She reaches for my hand. I resist the urge to pull away. You're the best event planner in the city. Everyone knows it. And? She hesitates, batting those perfect eyelashes. It would mean so much to Mom and Dad. They're heartbroken about how things turned out. Of course they are. Poor Sarah, having to deal with all this drama she created. My parents have always rushed to protect her, their perfect younger daughter, while I was expected to be the responsible one. I don't think that's appropriate, I say, standing up to create some distance between us. The view from my office window shows the city skyline, a reminder of everything I've built on my own. Please? Sarah's voice breaks slightly. I know things are complicated, but you're my sister. And Jason, he feels terrible about everything. The mention of his name still feels like a punch to the gut. 6 months ago, I caught them together at our family lake house, the same place where Jason had proposed to me a year earlier. Mom's already telling everyone you agreed, Sarah adds. And there it is, the real reason she's here. It's not about healing or family. It's about appearances. My phone buzzes. It's Gemma, my best friend. Drinks tonight? You look like you need them. She can see my office from her law firm across the street. I text back a quick "God, yes" before facing Sarah again. Let me think about it, I say, knowing it will drive her crazy. Sarah's never had to wait for anything in her life. But the date, I said I'll think about it. My tone leaves no room for argument. She stands, smoothing her designer dress. The ceremony's in 3 months, at the plaza. Of course it is. Just, please call me soon. After she leaves, I sink into my chair, my hands shaking. 3 months, the plaza, my original venue, my original date. They're not even trying to hide it. Gemma bursts in 20 minutes later, martini hour apparently starting early. Tell me you told her to go to hell. Not exactly. I pull out the bottle of wine I keep for emergencies. This definitely qualifies. Laurel. Gemma's voice has that warning tone she uses in court. You can't seriously be considering this. I pour us both a generous glass. You know what the funny thing is? I actually am. Have you lost your mind? Maybe. I take a long sip. But think about it. Who better to destroy a wedding than the person planning it? Gemma's eyes widen. Oh no, 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 no. Oh yes. The idea that's been forming since Sarah walked in suddenly crystallizes. I know every secret in this family, every skeleton in every closet, including the one nobody talks about. Remington? Gemma whispers, and I nod. My half-brother, the product of my father's affair that nobody acknowledges. The perfect ammunition for my perfect sister's perfect day. This is insane, Gemma says, but I can see her legal mind already working through the possibilities. Maybe. I pull out my phone and type out a message to Sarah. I'll do it. First meeting tomorrow at 9. The response is immediate. Thank you. You're the best sister ever. I smile, feeling more alive than I have in months. No, Sarah, I'm about to be the worst. Gemma sighs, finishing her wine. You know this will blow up in your face. Probably. I stand up, gathering my things. But for once in my life, I'm not going to be the responsible one. I'm going to be the one who burns it all down. And Jason? She asks quietly. I pause at the door, remembering his face the last time I saw him, the guilt in his eyes, the weak excuses. Jason made his choice. Now he gets to live with it. As we head out for those drinks, my phone buzzes again. It's my mother. Sarah told me the wonderful news. I knew you'd do the right thing. I turn off my phone without responding. For once, Mom's right. I am doing the right thing, just not the way any of them expect. The sun is setting over the city as Gemma and I walk to our favorite bar. 3 months to plan the perfect wedding. 3 months to orchestrate the perfect revenge. I've never failed to deliver a flawless event, and this one will be my masterpiece. Let the planning begin. The plaza's grand ballroom sparkles with morning light as I walk Sarah through potential table arrangements. She's nodding along, but I can tell she's not really listening. Her attention keeps drifting to her phone, probably texting Jason. So I'm thinking we'll seat Mom next to that stripper from Dad's bachelor party, I say casually. That sounds perfect, Sarah replies automatically, then looks up. Wait, what? I smile sweetly, just making sure you're paying attention. 2 weeks into planning, and everything's moving according to schedule. Sarah trusts me completely, which makes this all so much easier, and so much worse. My phone vibrates. Unknown number. I step away from Sarah, who's back to texting, and answer. Hello? Laurel? The voice is familiar, even after all these years. It's Remington. My heart skips. I haven't heard from my half-brother since that explosive Christmas dinner 5 years ago, when he showed up uninvited and Dad nearly had a heart attack. Give me a minute, I whisper, then turn to Sarah. Wedding emergency, back in 5. I hurry to the hotel's service corridor. I wasn't sure you'd call back. Wasn't sure I would either. His voice is deeper than I remember. Your message was interesting. Are you in town? Landing tomorrow. A pause. Are you sure about this, Laurel? It's gonna get ugly. It's already ugly. I lean against the wall, checking no one's around. They're using my original wedding date, my venue, even my color scheme. Jesus. He lets out a low whistle. That's cold. Will you help me? Another pause. What exactly are you planning? Remember that Christmas dinner? I ask. Imagine that, but with 200 guests and a wedding cake. He laughs, but it's not entirely humorous. Dad might actually have that heart attack this time. He should have thought about that before he created this mess. I check my watch. Look, meet me tomorrow at the Bean, 3 p.m. We can discuss details. I'll be there. He hesitates. It's good to hear your voice, sis. The call ends just as Sarah rounds the corner. There you are. Jason's coming by to look at cake samples. You don't mind, do you? Of course he is, because this day needed to get more complicated. An hour later, I'm arranging cake samples when Jason walks in. He looks good. Damn him. Laurel. He stops short, like he wasn't expecting me to be here. In my own office, planning his wedding. Jason, I keep my voice professional. Sarah's running late. Traffic. He sits down, loosening his tie. The silence stretches uncomfortably. You don't have to do this, he finally says. Actually, I do. Sarah told everyone I agreed before asking me. Very on brand for her. He winces. I meant all of it. The wedding. Us. He gestures vaguely between himself and wherever Sarah is. I put down the cake sample I'm holding before I throw it at him. Getting cold feet? No, He runs a hand through his hair, a gesture so familiar it hurts. This isn't how I pictured any of this happening. Funny, me neither. My version didn't include my sister and fiancé sneaking around behind my back. It wasn't like that. Really? I lean forward. Then what was it like, Jason? Enlighten me. Before he can answer, Sarah breezes in. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was insane. She kisses Jason's cheek, then looks at the samples. Ooh, is that red velvet? I spend the next hour watching them feed each other cake, maintaining my professional smile while plotting their downfall. Sarah picks the exact flavor I would have chosen. Of course she does. After they leave, I call Gemma. I need a drink. It's 2 p.m. It's been that kind of day. She sighs. Meet you at Joey's in 20. At the bar, I tell her about Remington's call. This is getting real, she says, stirring her martini. Are you ready for the fallout? You should have seen them today, Jem. Playing happy couple with my wedding plans. And Jason? Still looking at you like a kicked puppy? I take a long drink. He tried to talk to me about all of this when Sarah wasn't there. Meaning? I don't know, and I don't care. I check my phone. A text from Sarah. The cake tasting was perfect. You're the best. Liar, Gemma says, reading over my shoulder. Tomorrow I meet Remington. I show her the time and place. Wanna come? She shakes her head. I'll maintain plausible deniability, thanks. But call me after? Always. That night I lie awake, staring at my ceiling. Tomorrow everything starts moving faster. Tomorrow I add the first real piece to my revenge puzzle. My phone lights up. Jason, can we talk? Alone? I turn the phone face down without responding. Some conversations are better left for the altar. Sleep comes eventually, and I dream of wedding bells and chaos. In my dreams, I'm smiling. Remington looks exactly like our father, which is probably why Dad hates seeing him so much. He's waiting at the bean when I arrive, leather jacket and that same crooked smile that runs in the family. You look good, big sister, he says, pulling me into a hug. Success suits you. You look exactly the same. I step back to study him. Still breaking hearts and taking names? Something like that. He gestures to a nearby bench. So, tell me about this nuclear option you're planning. I sit down, watching people rush past. How much do you know about what happened? The basics. Your fiancé ran off with our darling baby sister. His jaw tightens. Real classy move. They're getting married at the plaza. My venue, my date, my everything. I turn to face him. And I'm planning it. He lets out a low whistle. That's twisted, even for this family. Speaking of family, I pull out my phone, showing him the guest list. Notice anyone missing? Besides me? He scrolls through the names. Let me guess, they're pretending I don't exist. Again. Exactly. But here's the thing. You're not just Dad's dirty secret anymore. You're my secret weapon. His eyes narrow. What exactly are you suggesting? The ceremony, walking down the aisle, making a grand entrance. I lean closer. Imagine Dad's face when his illegitimate son shows up in front of everyone he knows. Jesus, Laurel. He hands back my phone. That's not just burning bridges. That's nuclear warfare. Are you in or not? Before he can answer, a familiar voice cuts through the air. Laurel? Jason stands there, looking between me and Remington with obvious confusion. Of all the terrible timing. Jason, I stand up quickly. What are you doing here? He gestures vaguely at the bean. Coffee. Who's this? Remington rises slowly, extending his hand. I'm her brother. You must be the ex-fiancé who's marrying our sister. The color drains from Jason's face. Brother? I didn't know. No one does, Remington says cheerfully. That's kind of the point. Jason looks at me, understanding dawning in his eyes. Laurel, can we talk? Privately? Actually, we're in the middle of something. I start, but Remington cuts me off. No, go ahead. I need to make some calls anyway. He hugs me again, whispering, I'm in. Let's burn it all down. Then louder, nice meeting you, Jason. Good luck with the wedding. As Remington walks away, Jason takes his vacant seat. So that's why you agreed to plan the wedding. You don't know anything about why I agreed. I know you. He moves closer. I know when you're plotting something. Knew me, I correct him. Past tense. You gave up the right to know me when you chose her. That's what I've been trying to talk to you about. He runs his hands through his hair. I made a mistake. I laugh, but there's no humor in it. Which part? Sleeping with my sister or asking her to marry you? Both. All of it. He looks at me directly. I don't love her, Laurel. I never did. Could have fooled me, and her, and everyone else. It was, I don't know. She was there, and you were always working, and she kept saying how you took everything for granted. Don't you dare blame this on me. My voice shakes with anger. You could have talked to me. Instead, you slept with my sister. I know it's unforgivable. He reaches for my hand, but I pull away. But this wedding, it's a mistake. Sarah knows it too. She's just too proud to admit it. Then call it off. It's not that simple. It is exactly that simple. I stand up. You either want to marry her or you don't. What about you? He stands too. Do you want me to marry her? What I want stopped mattering the moment you chose her. Laurel, please. He steps closer. I miss you. Every day, I miss you. For a moment, just a moment, I remember how it felt to love him. Then I remember finding them together at the lake house, and my heart hardens again. I have a wedding to plan, I say, stepping back. Your wedding, to my sister. Remember? Don't do this, he says quietly. Whatever you're planning with your brother, don't. You don't get to tell me what to do anymore. I turn to leave, then pause. Oh, and Jason, don't tell Sarah about Remington. It would be a shame to ruin the surprise. I walk away, my hands shaking. My phone buzzes. It's Remington. Just booked my ticket for the wedding. This is going to be one hell of a show. I smile, despite the ache in my chest. Jason's confession changes nothing. If anything, it makes my plan even better. Let him sweat for the next few weeks, wondering what's coming. The wedding is in 2 months, just enough time to make everything perfect before I destroy it all. The flowers are wrong, Sarah announces, storming into my office. Everything is wrong. I look up from my laptop, where I'm finalizing Remington's role in the ceremony. The flowers are exactly what you picked. They're two, I don't know. She paces, agitated. They're just wrong, like everything else. 6 weeks until the wedding, and Sarah's finally cracking, right on schedule. Is this about the flowers? I ask carefully, or about Jason? She freezes. What about Jason? I saw him yesterday at the catering tasting. I keep my voice neutral. He seemed distracted. Did he say something to you? Sarah drops into the chair across from me. He's been acting weird ever since that day at the Bean. I hide my smile. Maybe he's just nervous about the wedding. No, it's more than that. She leans forward. Has he talked to you? About us? Sarah, I'm your wedding planner, not your therapist. But you're also my sister. Her eyes fill with tears. And you know him better than anyone. The irony of this conversation isn't lost on me. Maybe that's something you should discuss with your fiancé. I tried. He just says everything's fine, but I know it's not. She wipes her eyes. I think he might still have feelings for you. I let the silence stretch, watching her squirm. And what if he does? What? What if he does still have feelings for me? I lean back. Would that surprise you? Given how things happened? That's not fair. She stands up. We fell in love. These things happen. No, Sarah, these things don't just happen. You make them happen. What's that supposed to mean? It means you've been taking what's mine since we were kids. The words pour out before I can stop them. My toys, my clothes, my fiancé, whatever I have, you want. That's ridiculous. But her face flushes. I love Jason. Do you? Or do you just love that he was mine? She slaps her hands on my desk. You're supposed to be helping me. I am helping you. I stand up slowly. I'm giving you the perfect wedding. Isn't that what you wanted? I want my sister back. You lost your sister the day you slept with my fiancé. We stare at each other across the desk, years of unspoken resentment hanging between us. My phone buzzes, a text from Mom. Coming by to check on wedding preparations. Hope you girls are playing nice. Perfect timing, as always. Mom's on her way, I tell Sarah. Should we tell her about this conversation? She pales. No, she wouldn't understand. You mean she might actually have to acknowledge that her perfect daughter did something wrong? Stop it. Sarah's voice breaks. Just stop it. Fine. I sit back down. Let's talk about your wrong flowers. Mom arrives 15 minutes later, while Sarah and I are coldly discussing centerpieces. She takes one look at our faces and sighs. Girls, what's wrong? Nothing, we say in unison, a habit from childhood. Sarah's just having some doubts about the flowers, I add sweetly. Mom frowns. The purple orchids? But they're beautiful. And wasn't that what you wanted for your wedding, Laurel? Sarah's head snaps up. What? The purple orchids, Mom continues, oblivious to the tension. They were in all of Laurel's planning books, don't you remember? Sarah looks at me, realization dawning. You let me choose everything from your wedding plans? You wanted the perfect wedding. I shrug. I had one planned. Oh, God. She stands up suddenly. I have to go. She rushes out, leaving Mom confused. What was that about? Wedding stress, I say smoothly. You know how brides can be. Mom sits where Sarah was. Laurel, are you sure you're okay with all this? Planning their wedding? Of course, I smile. I want everything to be perfect. That's my responsible girl. She pats my hand, always putting family first. If she only knew. After she leaves, I text Remington. Sarah's cracking. Jason's wavering. Everything's on track. He responds immediately. Got my suit today. Dad's gonna hate the color. I laugh out loud. Then another text comes through from Jason. Need to see you. Important. I ignore it, like I've ignored his last dozen messages. Whatever he has to say can wait until the wedding. My phone rings. It's Gemma. Sarah just called me crying. What did you do? Nothing. I start packing up my office for the day. Just helped her realize some things about her wedding choices. Laurel. Trust me, I say, looking at the calendar where I've marked the wedding date in red. Everything's going exactly according to plan. 6 weeks to go. Sarah's doubting everything. Jason's unraveling. And my parents are about to get the surprise of their lives. I should feel guilty. Instead, I feel powerful. Let them all sweat. The rehearsal dinner is in 3 days, and I'm standing in my office bathroom, staring at my phone. Jason's latest message glows on the screen. I called off the wedding. My hands shake as I dial his number. He answers on the first ring. What do you mean you called it off? Exactly what I said. His voice is rough, like he's been arguing. I told Sarah I can't marry her. When? An hour ago. She's at your parents' house now. He pauses. I told her the truth. About everything. My heart stops. Everything? That I never stopped loving you. That being with her was the biggest mistake of my life. He takes a shaky breath. That I saw you with your brother and realized what you were planning. The room spins. Jason? I didn't tell them about him. He cuts in. That's your story to tell. But Laurel, come over, please. We need to talk. Before I can respond, my office door bursts open. Sarah storms in, mascara streaking her face. I have to go, I tell Jason, hanging up as Sarah reaches my desk. Are you happy now? She screams. He left me 3 days before the rehearsal dinner. Sarah, this is what you wanted, isn't it? She sweeps her arm across my desk, sending wedding plans flying. To destroy my happiness like I destroyed yours? That's enough. I grab her wrists before she can do more damage. You did this to yourself. He says he's still in love with you. She yanks away from me. Have you been sleeping with him? No, I haven't even talked to him. Liar. He told me about seeing you with some man at the Bean, having secret meetings, planning God knows what. My office door opens again. Mom stands there, looking older than I've ever seen her. Girls, she says quietly, your father's having chest pains. We need to go to the hospital. The world stops. 20 minutes later, we're in the emergency room waiting area. Dad's behind closed doors, and Mom's filling out paperwork with trembling hands. This is your fault, Sarah whispers beside me. All of it. Before I can respond, Gemma appears, looking worried. I came as soon as I heard. How is he? We don't know yet, I say, standing to hug her. But Sarah was just explaining how it's all my fault. Stop it, both of you, Mom snaps, looking up from her forms. Your father doesn't need this right now. My phone buzzes. Remington, just heard about Dad. On my way. Don't you dare, I text back quickly. Not now. Too late, already in a cab. Panic rises in my throat. This isn't how it was supposed to happen. Not like this. Jason appears next, because apparently this night needed more complications. He looks between Sarah and me, then sits next to Mom. I'm so sorry, he says softly. About everything. Sarah makes a choked sound and runs to the bathroom. Mom sighs and follows her. You shouldn't be here, I tell Jason. Your father's been like a dad to me for years. He moves closer. I care about what happens to him. Funny way of showing it. I had to end it. He reaches for my hand. I couldn't go through with the wedding knowing. Don't. I pull away. Not here. Not now. Then when? Before I can answer, I see Remington walking through the emergency room doors. No, no, no. Laurel? Mom's voice comes from behind me. Who's that? I turn to see her and Sarah returning, both staring at Remington, at his face that looks so much like Dad's. Hi, Alice, Remington says quietly. It's been a while. Mom's face goes white. Sarah looks confused. Mom, who is this? He's our brother, I say, because what's one more explosion tonight? Dad's other son. What? Sarah's voice rises. What are you talking about? This was your plan? Jason asks softly beside me. To expose this at our wedding? Your wedding? Remington laughs. There is no wedding anymore, remember? Everyone, please, Mom pleads. Not here. A doctor approaches, and we all fall silent. Family of Desmond? She asks. Yes. 4 voices answer. Mom, Sarah, Remington, and me. The doctor looks confused but continues. He's stable. It wasn't a heart attack, just severe anxiety. But we'd like to keep him overnight for observation. Can we see him? Mom asks. 2 at a time. The doctor looks at our group. Immediate family only. That's all of us, Remington says with a bitter smile. Mom straightens her spine. Sarah and I will go first. As they follow the doctor, Sarah shoots me a look that could freeze hell. Jason touches my arm. Laurel, just go, I tell him. Please. He hesitates, then leaves. Remington sits beside me. Well, he says, this isn't quite how we planned it. Gemma, who's been quietly watching everything unfold, finally speaks. No, but maybe it's better this way. Less theatrical, more real. I look at my hands, still shaking. Dad's going to hate this. Dad's going to hate all of it, Remington says. But at least now everyone knows the truth. Not everyone, I think. Not yet. There are still more secrets to come. Dad's hospital room is quiet except for the steady beep of monitors. He's awake, staring at me with eyes that look older than they did yesterday. So, he says finally, you found him. He wasn't hard to find. I sit in the chair beside his bed. He's been in the city for years. And you brought him here. There's no anger in his voice, just resignation. To punish me? No. I lean forward. To tell the truth, finally. The truth, he laughs weakly. The truth is, I made a mistake 30 years ago. Your mother forgave me. We moved on. Did we? Or did we just pretend everything was fine while you pushed away your own son? Laurel. He reaches for my hand. I know you're angry about Sarah and Jason. This isn't about them. But it is, partly. This is about how this family deals with everything. We pretend, we hide, we lie. To protect each other. To protect you. I pull my hand away. Mom pretends she's okay with what you did. Sarah pretends she didn't steal my fiancé. I pretend I'm happy planning their wedding. We're happy, he corrects. The wedding's off. Yeah, I sit back. Funny how truth has that effect. A knock at the door interrupts us. It's Jason, looking uncomfortable. Sorry, he says. The nurse said visiting hours are almost over. Come in, son, Dad says, and the word hits me like a slap. Son. The son he chose. Jason hesitates, then enters. How are you feeling? Like my family's falling apart. Dad looks between us, but maybe it was already broken. I'm sorry, Jason says, about everything. Are you? I stand up. Or are you just sorry you got caught? Laurel, Dad warns. No, she's right. Jason steps closer. I am sorry, for all of it, for hurting you, for lying, for not being brave enough to tell the truth sooner. And Sarah? I ask. Are you sorry about her too? I never should have started anything with her. He runs a hand through his hair. I was confused and she was there. She was there? Dad's voice rises. That's your excuse for destroying your relationship with Laurel? No, sir. Jason looks at his feet. There is no excuse. Another knock. This time it's Remington. Dad's heart monitor speeds up. Get out, he says, but there's no strength behind it. No. Remington walks in. I think we've all done enough running. You're not welcome here. I'm your son. Remington's voice breaks slightly. Whether you want me or not. The room fills with tension so thick I can barely breathe. Dad, I say quietly, he deserves to be heard. Like you deserve to be heard? Jason asks. When Sarah and I... Don't. I cut him off. This isn't about us anymore. Isn't it? Remington looks at me. Isn't this all about the secrets we keep? The lies we tell? Dad's monitor beeps faster. Everyone out, a nurse says from the doorway. Patient needs rest. Wait. Dad grabs my hand. Laurel, what are you planning? I look at the three men in the room, my father, my ex-fiancé, my brother, each holding pieces of the truth. Nothing anymore, I say. The truth's already out. Not all of it, Remington says quietly. The nurse clears her throat pointedly. Outside the hospital, Jason catches up to me. Can we talk, please? Haven't we done enough talking? No. He grabs my arm gently. We haven't. Not really. Remington appears beside us. I'll give you two a minute. Once we're alone, Jason speaks quickly. Move in with me. What? I still have our apartment. Everything's exactly as you left it. His eyes are desperate. We can start over. Are you insane? I pull away. You think after everything. I love you. He steps closer. I never stopped. Sarah was a mistake, the biggest mistake of my life. And that makes it okay? No, nothing makes it okay. He takes my hands. But I want to try, to fix this, to fix us. For a moment, just a moment, I remember how it felt to love him without pain. Then I remember Sarah's face in the hospital, mascara streaked and broken. There is no us, I say, pulling away. Not anymore. Laurel. Go home, Jason. I start walking toward my car. Go home and think about what you've done to both of us. Remington's waiting by my car. You okay? He asks. No. I lean against the door. But maybe that's good. Maybe we all needed to stop being okay with everything. There's still more truth to tell, he reminds me. I know. I look back at the hospital, but not tonight. Tonight we let them sit with what they know. And tomorrow? I check my phone. 3 missed calls from Sarah, 2 from Mom, 1 text from Gemma. Need backup? Tomorrow, I say. We keep telling the truth until there's nothing left to hide. We need to talk about Mom, Remington says, setting down his coffee cup in my kitchen. It's been 2 days since the hospital, and the dust hasn't even begun to settle. What about Mom? About why she really forgave Dad. He pulls out his phone, showing me an old photograph. Look familiar? The woman in the photo looks exactly like Sarah. Same smile, same eyes. But the date stamp says 1992. That's not Mom, I say slowly. No, that's Rebecca, Dad's first wife. My coffee cup slips from my hand, shattering on the floor. What? The woman he left for Mom. Remington's eyes are hard. The woman who died 6 months after he abandoned her. The doorbell rings before I can process this. It's Sarah. We need to talk, she says, then stops when she sees Remington. Oh, you're here. Come in, I say. You should hear this too. Sarah steps around the broken coffee cup. What's going on? Show her, I tell Remington. He hands Sarah the photo. She frowns, then her face goes white. This looks like you, Remington finishes, because that's Rebecca, our father's first wife. First wife? Sarah sinks into a chair. What are you talking about? Dad was married before Mom, I explain, the pieces finally clicking into place. He left Rebecca for Mom, then Rebecca died. No. Sarah shakes her head. Mom would have told us. Would she? Remington takes back his phone. Or would she hide it, like she hid me? The doorbell rings again. This time it's Jason. Not now, I start, but Sarah cuts me off. No, he should hear this too. She looks up at him, tears in her eyes. Apparently, our whole life is a lie. Jason steps in, taking in the scene. What's going on? Family history lesson, Remington says dryly. Pull up a chair. My phone buzzes. It's Mom. Coming over. We need to talk. Perfect timing, I mutter, showing the others. Mom's on her way. Good. Remington stands. Time for the whole truth. 20 minutes later, we're all sitting in my living room. Mom looks around at our faces and sighs. You found the photo, she says to Remington. You knew? Sarah's voice cracks. About his first wife? About me? Sarah? Is that why? Sarah stands up, shaking. Is that why you always favored me? Because I look like her? It's not that simple, Mom starts. Then explain it, I snap. Explain why we've lived our whole lives pretending. Because that's what families do, Mom shouts back. They protect each other. No, Remington says quietly. They love each other, even the parts that hurt. Jason stands up. I should go. This is family business. Stay, Mom says suddenly. You're part of this too now. Am I? He looks at me. After everything? You want to talk about everything? Sarah laughs bitterly. Like how you told me you loved me? How you made me believe we had something real? Sarah, he starts. No. She turns to Mom. You want the truth? Here's the truth. I went after Jason because he was Laurel's. Because for once, I wanted to take something from her instead of always being the replacement daughter. The room goes silent. Replacement? Mom whispers. Don't pretend you don't see it. Sarah's crying now. The way Dad looks at me, like he's seeing a ghost, like he's seeing her. That's not. It is. Remington stands, just like the way he looks at me and sees his mistake. You're not a mistake, Mom says. Then why hide me? He steps closer to her. Why pretend I don't exist? Because I was afraid. Mom's composure finally breaks. Afraid your father would leave me like he left her. Afraid of losing everything. Afraid of the truth. And now? I ask quietly. What are you afraid of now? She looks at each of us, her children, both acknowledged and hidden, and Jason, the almost son she's losing twice. Now? She wipes her eyes. Now I'm afraid it's too late to fix any of this. It's not, Remington says, but only if we stop hiding. Dad needs to know we know, I add. He does know. Mom pulls out her phone, showing us a text. He's being discharged today. He wants us all to come to the house, including you, Remington. Sarah stands suddenly. I can't. I can't face him knowing. Knowing what? Jason asks. That you look like someone else? That doesn't change who you are, doesn't it? She looks at me. Isn't that why you hate me? Because I take things that aren't mine? I don't hate you, I say, surprising myself with the truth of it. I just want you to stop pretending everything's okay when it's not. Mom checks her watch. Your father's waiting. We all look at each other, the broken pieces of a family built on secrets. Well, Remington says, grabbing his keys, let's go break Dad's heart one more time. As we file out, Jason catches my arm. What about us? I look at him, really look at him, for the first time since everything fell apart. There is no us, I say gently. There's just the truth, and it's time we all faced it. Dad's sitting in his favorite armchair when we arrive, looking smaller than I've ever seen him. He watches silently as we file into the living room. His wife, his 3 children, and the man who almost became his son-in-law twice. So, he says finally, no more secrets. No more secrets, Mom agrees, sitting beside him. Sarah steps forward, holding Remington's photo. Did you love her? Dad takes the photo with trembling hands. Rebecca. He looks up at Sarah. You look just like her. That's not an answer. Yes, his voice breaks. I loved her, and then I met your mother and I loved her too. I made choices, terrible choices. You left her, Remington says. I did. Dad meets his eyes. And then she died, and I couldn't face what I'd done. So I ran. I kept running. From me, Remington says. From everything. Dad looks at each of us. From the truth, from guilt, from responsibility. And us? I ask. Were you running from us too? No. He reaches for my hand. I was trying to protect you, all of you. By lying? Sarah's voice cracks. By pretending everything was perfect, Mom cuts in. We both did that. We thought if we just loved you enough, the past wouldn't matter. But it does matter, I say. Look at us. Look at what we've become. Jason steps forward. I should go. Stay, Dad says. You're part of this mess too. I am. Jason looks at Sarah, then me. I made choices too. Bad ones. We all did, Sarah whispers. Dad struggles to stand. Mom moves to help him, but he waves her away. He walks to Remington, who stiffens. My son. Dad says, and pulls him into a hug. Remington resists for a moment, then breaks. They hold each other, 30 years of absence crumbling between them. I'm sorry, Dad says over and over. I'm so sorry. Sarah starts crying. I reach for her hand, and for once, she lets me take it. I didn't mean to hurt you, she tells me. I wanted to feel chosen, just once. I know. And suddenly I do know. We all did. Dad turns to us, still holding Remington. Come here, both of you. We join them, and Mom too, and for a moment we're just a family, broken and healing and real. Jason moves toward the door. I'll leave you to... Jason, I call out. Thank you. He turns. For what? For helping me see the truth about all of it. He nods, understanding. This is goodbye, really goodbye this time. After he leaves, we sit together in the living room. No more secrets between us, just the raw, painful truth. What now? Sarah asks. Now, Dad says. We start over, no more running, no more hiding. No more perfect family? I ask. No. Mom smiles sadly. Just a real one. Remington checks his phone. My flight's in 3 hours. Stay, Dad says quickly. Please, we have so much to talk about. I can't. Remington stands. But I'll come back, if you want me to. We want you to, Sarah says, surprising everyone. You're our brother. He hugs her, then me, then our parents. At the door, he turns to me. You okay? I look at my family, Dad holding Mom's hand, Sarah wiping her eyes, all the perfect facades finally stripped away. Yeah, I say. I think I am. After Remington leaves, Sarah helps me clean up the coffee cups. I called the plaza, she says. Canceled everything. I'm sorry about the wedding. I'm not, she rinses a cup. It wasn't real. None of it was real. In the living room, we can hear our parents talking softly, decades of secrets finally seeing daylight. What about you? Sarah asks. Will you forgive Jason? Already have. I take the cup from her. But forgiveness doesn't mean going back. She nods. And me? Will you forgive me? I look at my sister, really look at her. Not Dad's replacement daughter, or Mom's perfect child, or the woman who stole my fiancé. Just Sarah, as broken and real as the rest of us. Yes, I say, but no more pretending. No more pretending, she agrees. Dad calls us back to the living room. He's holding an old photo album. There are stories you should hear, he says, about Rebecca, about everything. We sit together, turning pages, letting truth replace secrets. It hurts, but it's a clean kind of hurt, the kind that heals. My phone buzzes, Gemma checking in. I text back, family meeting, real one this time, tell you later. Mom reaches for my hand. Thank you, she whispers. For what? For breaking us apart. She squeezes my fingers so we could put ourselves back together. Outside, the sun is setting. Inside, we're building something new from the wreckage of our perfect lies. Something real, something true. It's not perfect, but maybe that's exactly what we needed all along.